Hey all, welcome to Newspaper Breakdown. It is the 21st of the 12th. I hope we are all words. Few bits of news to get through. The latest estimates suggest that Brexit has reduced Britain's GDP by 5.5% by the second quarter of 2022. In the year end of June 2022, it is estimated that tax losses reached around £40 billion. Government is still, of course, not being honest on Brexit, and it doesn't matter where your mind is on Brexit. You could have voted for or against it. What we require is honesty, because if you're going to get through anything, if you're going to survive Brexit, which is frankly the best thing that we can do when it comes to Brexit, is just survive the fucking thing, then you have to be honest about what it has done. Because if you're honest about it, then there's a chance you're able to do something about it. But if you're constantly lying, saying how great it is, how fantastic it is, shit on me, we should have done it sooner, then all you're going to do is keep your head in the sand and not make any progress. Because if you keep on, it's the same with things like mental health issues like depression or things like that. If you're unwilling to deal with the underlying problem, you're never going to get better. And that's what Brexit is. Brexit is a health issue that we are continually ignoring, as it just grows and grows and grows and sticks in the corner like a massive depressed fucking elephant. We've got ambulance strikes today, so don't stab yourself. That's the advice, don't do anything risky. Health Secretary Steve Barclay has written an article in the Telegraph accusing health unions of putting lives at risk. One would argue that if they are so damn important that them not being there puts lives at risk, you should probably pay them fairly. That would be my idea. Also, as an aside, nurses, ambulance workers, police, firefighters, they're not heroes. They are workers. We have to stop. We try to martyr nurses and doctors, so that, especially nurses, we tend to martyr them. It's a vocation. We martyr them so we don't have to pay them fairly, as though they'll be continual to do their job. They'll always be there, no matter how bad we treat them. Which is why the clapping over the fucking pandemic was such a pointless fucking thing. Ridiculous. You're clapping people, you're doing a fantastic job, instead of paying them fairly. Barclay has claimed that health unions made contingency planning almost impossible. However, the General Secretary of Unison has said that he never asked Unison for a national contingency agreement, and in the meeting yesterday between the two, Barclay acknowledged that the NHS staff have negotiated detailed appropriate plans for their areas. What we are seeing is, on all sides of the strike, we are seeing blame, one blaming the other, one blaming the other. But the difference is that the government have power to change things, but the government is unwilling to use any of that power, and instead what they're looking to do is they're trying to make you hate strikers. And do not forget that strikers are important. A lot of stuff that has come for our workers' rights has come from people striking. If you continue to allow a government to pit you against workers, all you're going to do is remove your own freedoms, which I know is something that this country loves to fucking do. We love to strip ourselves of freedoms that we need. This sense of madness. Talking about freedoms being taken away over in Afghanistan. Shockingly, the Taliban, bunch of bastards, who knew? The Taliban have announced the closure of universities for women. It is expected to take effect immediately and until further notice. Taliban have already excluded women from secondary school education, further restricting their freedoms, and in November they banned women from parks in the capital Kabul, claiming that Islamic laws were not being followed. I do not know tons about Islam. I was unaware that one of the part of Islam was saying that you can't frolic in a park. Very strange. What we have been seeing today, which is brilliant, is young men and teachers protesting in Afghanistan, walking out of universities in protest to these laws being put in. Once again, protesting is a plus. It is a good thing. Hopefully something will come good for it. Only 2 news stories left because the final one's quite a long one. You've got the Hertfordshire police have admitted to unlawfully arresting a photojournalist and violating their human rights as they were covering the Just Stop Oil protests on the M25 last month, originally in a previous investigation commissioned by the police force. They said that the police powers were not used appropriately. That's something that is a cop-out sentence, an absolute cop-out sentence. But because it stopped short of admitting that what the police did was unlawful. However, the photojournalist has taken legal action against Hertfordshire police, and that has meant that the police force have now admitted that they were unlawful. Because this is the problem. Their ability to take responsibility in this country is nigh on non-existent. We'll only admit it if you proper take someone over, because no one's gonna. The police are gonna go, right, yeah, we gone fucked up. Whoopsie daisy. That was our bad. But it wasn't unlawful. It wasn't unlawful. And then someone goes, okay, I'm gonna sue you then. Like, hang on a minute, no, okay, unlawful. Oh, you got me. Whoops. Terrible work from human beings. The final piece of news, is that research has shown that teachers and social workers have experienced the worst pay growth in the UK in the last decade, which has seen public sector salaries falling significantly behind those in the private sector. Salaries falling significantly behind. Oh, I've just said that. Did I write that down twice? I wrote that down twice. I should have fucking noticed that, shouldn't I? We have seen a lost decade for UK pay growth in the labour market. That is between 2010 and 11 to 2020-21. Now, kids, do you reckon you can find out what those 10 years have in common? I can't hear you. Fucking Tory party, innit? That's the start of the Tory party. It's the 10 years of the Tory party ruining this fucking country. Yeah, knobheads keep on voting for them for some fucking reason. New tracking has found that some, of course, are much worse off than others. Once adjusted for inflation, the education sector, their median salary has grown by 4.3% in 10 years. That's fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. social workers are the only ones that are worse off than teachers, with them for 10 years up 4.1%. The typical for the median for everyone is 15%. 15% in 10 years, which is also fuck all. You have a look at us comparative to the other G7 countries, GDP per capita, fucking income per household, income per individual. You look at us across the band in the G7, the developed countries, and you will see just how low we are. We are not a fantastically rich nation. We have rich people and we have the rest of us in the fucking series. I mean, that's why I think that we have such great art, is because we are in this fucking rich country, but we've got millions of people in fucking poverty. It's the whole thing of fucking Oscar Wilde. Some of us are in the gutter, but we're looking up and seeing stars and all of that bollocks. So if you're in the gutter and you're looking up, you're not seeing stars, you're getting piss in your eye. That's what you're getting. Mainly due to the introduction of the national living wage, low-paid hospitality sector has seen the biggest gain, with a 35.3% jump in median earnings, but that is from fuck all to slightly more than fuck all. Because, I mean, we've been through this with GDP growth and everything else. 1 to 2 is 100% growth, but all that is 1 to 2. So you've got a 35.3% growth there in the hospitality sector, the low-paid hospitality sector. That 35.3% doesn't mean that they've gone from fucking 80k to 85 to 80k to fucking whatever, 35, 100, 200 fucking numbers. You know what I'm saying. What it means is that they may have gone from fucking £6 an hour to £8 an hour, £9 an hour. It's not massive. They're not retiring. Finance and insurance have gone up by 26.8% in those 10 years, with professional and scientific services up 23.2%. Nurses and ambulance workers, one's on strike at the moment, 6.7% increase in 10 years. I don't tend to mention that, the old government. Very quiet with it. Well, I'm off to do some writing, as I've got Comedy Under Siege tonight. If you're about, come down, or just any time come down to Comedy Under Siege. It's in Aldgate, first and the third Wednesday of every month. Good lineups, lots of fun. Catch you later.